Hello there, it's 10 p.m. here in the Russian capital. I'm Nikki Aaron and this is RT International. Our top story this hour: London has summoned North Korea's ambassador to the UK for an explanation after Pyongyang's latest missile test. Meanwhile, US military officials are sounding the alarm over the long-range missile, calling it a new type that they've never seen before. Well, RT's Caleb Morpin joins us live from New York with the details on this. Caleb, thanks for joining us. Now, what exactly has got the Pentagon so worried about this latest missile test?
Well, it's being called a game changer. It appears that North Korea has launched what's being called an intercontinental ballistic missile, or an ICBM, that's actually possibly capable of hitting the continental United States. Now, North Korea has never launched a missile of this type before, and the Americans seem to be completely caught off guard. It looks like this missile was launched from a new site, that Americans were clearly just not aware of this site ever existing, and that the type of missile that's being launched also takes them by surprise. They had no idea that North Korea possessed the ability to launch an ICBM of this type.
This, of course, comes as the UN Security Council is sitting down for an emergency meeting on North Korea. Now, how's that expected to go?
Well, the meeting is beginning at this very moment. Now, already in the lead up to the meeting, we've seen a Twitter storm from Donald Trump calling out China and accusing China of having economic relations with the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, saying so much for working with China. We also have Russia's foreign minister, Sergei Lavrov, coming out and saying that the launch and the testing of the missile should not be used as a pretext for regime change. He says that would have unpredictable consequences in the region, which borders the Russian Federation and the People's Republic of China. Now, we know that the UN Security Council meeting, starting at the UN headquarters here in Manhattan, has been called by the United States, but South Korea and Japan are joining with the United States, and the subject of the meeting is expected to be this unexpected launch of a missile by the DPRK. We also know that the launch is expected to kind of overshadow the upcoming G20 talks that are taking place on Friday. We know that the second meeting between Donald Trump and Chinese President Xi is going to take place at the G20 summit, and that the first face-to-face meeting between Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin is expected to take place there as well. So all eyes are now on the UN Security Council as world leaders assemble to discuss the aftermath of North Korea's test of an intercontinental ballistic missile.
It is indeed going to be a crucial few days. RT's Caleb Morpin, thanks for the update. Well, North Korea is under UN sanctions and is banned from testing long-range missiles. Nevertheless, the US led criticism of Pyongyang's missing the bigger picture, according to Bruce Gagnon from the Global Network Against Weapons and Nuclear Power in Space.
The United States is, without a doubt, the biggest hypocrite on the entire planet, because the US routinely tests intercontinental ballistic missiles, firing them from Vandenberg Air Force Base in California into the Pacific, into Kwajalein Atoll. They routinely test so-called missile defense systems that are key elements in U.S. first strike attack planning. So we have to ask ourselves this question. In the last 50 years, how many countries has North Korea invaded? Well, the answer, of course, is 0. But in the last 50 years, how many countries has the United States invaded? How many nations have been destroyed by the United States? And I think the answer is dozens. So really, the United States has no room to criticize and to talk and to complain about North Korean military war or military launches.
In other news now, accusations of blackmail are being leveled at CNN after it tracked down the person behind the Donald Trump wrestling clip, which the president tweeted just a few days ago. The channel's threatening to reveal his identity if he makes another video like that Trump one. Now, here's the clip at the center of the controversy. It's an edited video of Trump's scripted appearance at a wrestling match. This was back in 2007. Well, the person who is attacked has a CNN logo for a head, as you can see. The channel has since accused the president of encouraging violence against reporters. RT's Murat Gazdiev has more.
So, this guy makes a humorous little video. And then